Imagine, if you will, a mad scientist has put Roman Reigns, Umaga, and Rob Van Dam in a machine to take all their skills and abilities and make the ultimate professional wrestler. That monster creation would be Jacob Fatu. Jacob Fatu has been making a name for himself on the indie circuit by doing incredible moves and cutting great promos. Now he is on his way to the WWE, and I'm fairly confident he will make a huge impact once he debuts. I have been telling my Two Views Wrestling compatriot for years about how badly I want to see Fatu versus Roman Reigns. The fact that we may be on the verge of that has me giddy as a spoiled kid on his birthday. If you're not familiar with Jacob Fatu, don't worry. I'm going to give you a list of 5 of his matches I enjoy that will show you exactly what is in store. Before we get to the list, remember to Samoan drop that like button and super kick that subscribe button to stay up to date with everything Two Views Wrestling. Now, let's start the list. Number 5 versus Calvin Tankman from MLW. This is a big meaty men slapping meat match right here. Fatu usually has an advantage being a big guy hitting high-flying moves, but Tankman has the same skill set. It was cool watching 2 big dudes like this hitting lucha libre moves. I love how Samoans use a lot of the same moves. They all do Samoan drops, headbutts, throat thrusts, and super kicks. I like to imagine they all trained on the same beach or a hut in the jungle in Samoa. This is a hard-hitting match and a great title defense for Fatu. Fatu was on a historic title run, and Tankman was an undefeated rookie. In the end, Fatu wins, but Tankman looks good as he gave the champ more than he could handle, and Fatu had to cheat to win. Number 4 versus Josh Alexander from Ric Flair's last match. I am predominantly a WWE guy, but there are guys in outside promotions I will check out. Jacob Fatu and Josh Alexander are 2 of those guys. So this was a dream match for me, and it was for the Impact World title. This match almost made me buy the whole Flair's last match show. This match could have been sold on nicknames alone. If someone told you that the Samoan Werewolf was fighting the Walking Weapon, you would want to check it out. There was some good psychology early on as Josh worked on Fatu's leg, which is smart since Fatu does a lot of high-flying moves. Josh is hella strong, tossing Fatu around with some big German suplexes. Fatu hitting a handspring, springboard moonsault, and a springboard split-leg moonsault was crazy. Unfortunately, right as this match gets good, there's interference, and we get a DQ finish. Still, a very good match, and just a taste for a great battle. Number 3 versus Mads Kruger from MLW. This was a weapons of mass destruction match with military-grade weapons at ringside. That hyped me up as I was hoping for a nuke or some yellow cake uranium to be used. Instead, there were kendo sticks and chairs. I didn't know those were military-grade weapons. They did have a box with biohazard stickers on it and a powder that said anthrax. And the ref was wearing a gas mask. Aside from all that absurdity, this was a brutal brawl. There were some rough spots with Fatu hitting a dive off the top onto Kruger on a stretcher, and Kruger almost killed Fatu with a powerbomb through a table on the outside. Kruger called some guys out to try to take the ring ropes off, which is smart so Fatu can't hit his signature moonsault. The ending of Fatu hitting a splash off the top of the ladder was a cool image and a good finish. I'm still disappointed no one used a Scud missile. Number 2 versus Bronson Reed from House of Glory. This match had 2 of my favorite heavy hitters in the game today. I like how Bronson sells how hard Fatu's head is after some headbutts and punches. Little details like that really get a match over for me. They did some fun brawling throughout the nightclub venue, and Fatu was hitting suicide dives at 100 miles an hour and a huge pop-up Samoan drop on the bigger reed. It really showcased what a freak athlete he is. Bronson hit probably the biggest Canadian destroyer in history. I love Fatu's moonsault. Christopher Daniels had the BME, the best moonsault ever, and Tiffany Stratton has the PME, the prettiest moonsault ever. Fatu's moonsault is a BME as well, the baddest moonsault ever. Number 1 versus Alexander Hammerstone from MLW. Nothing beats a heavyweight title fight. It's even better when those two heavyweights are at their best. Ali versus Frazier, Tyson versus Holyfield, Lesnar versus Carwin, and Hulk Hogan versus Ultimate Warrior are all great examples. That's what this match was. Coming into this match, Hammerstone was the MLW National Openweight Champion, and Fatu was the MLW World Champion. This is the MLW version of the Ultimate Challenge and the biggest match in company history. Fatu is the greatest MLW champion as he has the most title defenses and the longest reign. But Hammerstone was a juggernaut and running through everyone in his way. I love that they skipped the typical big guy thing of doing tests of strength and went right into throwing heavy leather and hitting big moves. Fatu doing a moonsault off the guardrail and landing on his feet and then hitting a Van Terminator was awesome. Hammerstone was tossing Fatu around like a sack of potatoes. Both guys pulled out all the stops. I really love these two guys and I love this match. One day I hope to see this feud reignited on a much larger stage. That concludes my list of Jacob Fatu matches. The Samoan Werewolf is going to be a big deal in WWE and will show the world what he's capable of. Let us know in the comments what some of your favorite Fatu matches are or what you think of the matches on the list. Also, let us know who you are excited to see him tangle with on the WWE roster.